Hi guys, it's Lenora and welcome to the second FitSpur podcast. With me, of course, is Ben from Australian Strength Performnace.
Hi guys, how are you?
Just to give you an update, Ben, fasting month has already begun for our Muslim friends and it's chaotic because of World Cup. How about you in Australia? You been busy?
It's always been hectic. Week is hectic, it's been busy, lots of challenges. Love it, love every moment of what I do.
I'm sure you're having fun torturing people, Ben. As for me, I just came back from a much needed getaway.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so let's get straight to business. Last time on the FitSpur podcast, we're talking about nutritional myths. Today, we're touching on fitness myths, and the first one is the myth of where people will say, I've got to do lots of ab workout because I'm going to get myself a six-pack. What say you, Ben? True or false? I go with false.
True and false.
What?
How's that? True and
Really?
false. Okay, let me explain to you. Abs are made in the kitchen. Have you heard the saying before?
Yes, I also say that. Abs are made in the kitchen.
Abs are absolutely made in the kitchen. Now, doing ab work and expecting a six-pack is what is called spot reduction. So if I work out that specific muscle group, I want to lose fat in that specific area. That's spot reduction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, science has shown us that spot reduction through exercise is not possible. However, so when you work out your abs, will your abs develop muscle? Absolutely. But if you've got a layer of fat over the abs, I don't care how hard you work it out, you will never see your abs.
Right.
You can have very strong ab muscles, but if you are fat as well, you won't see the abs. So the goal is to lean down. The goal is to watch your diet, watch your food. So as you lean down and you build muscle on your abs start to show.
So it doesn't matter how many ab workouts you do, all sorts of variety, it's not gonna make any difference if you're gonna have that layer of fat on you.
No, it won't make a difference if you have the layer of fat. However, if you're lean and you start working out and you get a lot of ab work done, absolutely you will see your abs grow. You definitely see hypertrophy. You definitely see your six-pack coming out.
Right, and moving on to our second myth, cardio. Some people feel that it is the best way to lose weight and also burn fat. Now, is this true or false?
Cardio is probably a good way of losing weight. Probably not a very good way of losing fat.
Okay.
Again, let me explain why. So when I'm talking about weight down here, when you lose weight, your weight can come from muscle, your weight can come from fat. Correct? Now, we talked about muscle. Every pound of muscle you put on actually allows you to burn an extra 70 calories a day. And that's a good thing because you're burning more calories, yes? However, if you are doing too much cardio and you're breaking down muscle, guess what happens? You are not burning as many calories through the day. And so your metabolic rate starts to decrease and slow down. And so losing muscle is then a bad thing, correct?
Right.
However, when you're looking at things like cardio, for example, cardio can help you lose weight. Cardio will help you lose muscle. Cardio will also help you lose fat. But losing muscle, as we spoke about, is a bad thing. So there are ways around it to actually lose fat, but not lose muscle.
Wait, let me see if I got this right. Is the word catabolic?
Catabolic is a breaking down of muscle.
Okay, never mind. I was trying to act all smart. Never mind.
Okay, so steady state cardio. Do you understand what steady state cardio is?
Is it like continuous, the same speed?
Yeah, spot on. So same speed, you hop on the machine and you kind of do it for 40, 50 minutes, like a lot of people do at the gym.
Right.
Steady state cardio has shown to be quite effective in weight loss for the first 6 weeks. So if you've never done any sort of cardio before, you hop into the machine or you hop into a class, for example, over the first week, you're looking at yourself and you'll be going, look, this is fantastic. I look like I've lost weight.
Yep.
I'm leaner.
Yep.
Great. Steady state cardio has shown to be effective in weight loss for only 6 weeks. Okay, only 6 weeks. After that time, that weight loss starts to plateau.
Oh, so you're not going to see any more weight loss after that?
Normally not after 6 weeks. All right. So you ask people, you see a lot of people, they'll go to the gym. First time they buy a gym membership, they go to the gym, they start doing a lot of cardio, they start to lose a lot of weight. After 6 weeks, it kind of plateaus there. So they don't lose anymore. They go, I don't understand. Why am I not losing weight?
Right. Okay.
Now, from 6 weeks upwards, too much cardio from either running or classes it actually increases the stress on the joints. Okay. Now, compounding stress like that actually increases a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone in your body.
Right.
Okay. Cortisol actually breaks down muscle. So you get that. Too much cardio increases cortisol. Cortisol breaks down muscle and stores fat around the gut region.
Quick question. Why does cortisol break down the muscle?
Why does cortisol break down the muscle? That's an effect of the hormone itself. That's what it does. Cortisol is what we call a catabolic hormone. So cortisol breaks down the muscle. Now, so if you're looking at individuals, for example, that are quite lean all over, but they have got a little bit of fat on the gut, and they can't get rid of that little tummy punch, that is an effect of cortisol. That means something is stressing them out. It may be food, it may be a lifestyle choice, it may be work, it may be something else. It may be too much cardio, and they can't actually get rid of that area.
Like my little problem. Okay.
Like
Stress.
your little problem. I have a lot of female clients with the same problem.
Stress. What a wonderful word. Okay, so basically cardio not really, well, it can help you lose weight, but not fat. So that's where weight training comes into play, right?
Correct. Now, your physique will be affected by the type of activity you perform more regularly. Okay, so what I mean by that is if you do more weight sessions in the week than cardio, you will tend to be leaner and you will tend to look more toned. You do a lot more cardio, for example, and you do a lot less weight. So you see the cardio bunnies, they just do cardio. You will lose muscle for sure. You will often also hold on to fat on the gut region. All right. And you may develop into what we call a skinny fat person. You are smaller, yes, but you're soft. You look soft.
We don't want the skinny fat. No, we don't want that.
Absolutely. You don't. You want to maintain that muscle mass and you want to burn more calories.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, I definitely don't want the skinny fat, but some people, I suppose they prefer that kind of look so that they don't have that very muscular look. You know what I mean?
Sure, but you remember as well, muscle's not easy to build.
Yeah.
So to especially for females, doing weights and to get a very muscular look takes a lot of effort. If you intentionally, let's say a female intentionally wants to put on a lot of muscle, it will take an extreme effort from that female to do that over numerous years to look that way. All right, so it's not easy at all to look muscular. For females, they tend to look a lot more toned, a lot tighter.
Speaking about intense training, that goes on to our next fitness myth. If you're not working a sweat, you're not working hard enough. I've gotten that a lot from my female friends because they go like, "Oh, I'm not breaking a sweat at all. That means I'm just not pushing it hard enough at the gym or in any workout." True or false?
Okay, to answer that question, let me ask you a question. What is sweating? Why does your body sweat?
To cool your body?
To cool your body, right? So when your body heats up with exercise that you do, sweating is the body's response to cool the muscles down.
Right.
Yeah. So the body's temperature does not overheat. Okay. So this is a process that we call homeostasis, and it's seen as the auto-regulation of the body. Okay. So back to that question in terms of sweating, the amount that you sweat is really dictated on the type of training effect that you're aiming towards. Okay, what I mean by that is this. If you're training for strength, for example, strength training is often heavier weights in more powerful movements with a large rest time in between. Okay, now with such workouts, because your rest time is longer, you won't tend to sweat too much. You don't expect to sweat too much. In fact, you probably won't feel like your heart is jumping out of your chest either.
Right.
Okay, so with such a workout, like a strength workout, sweating is not a good indicator or not an accurate indicator of how hard you've actually worked.
Okay.
Okay. However, if you're training for muscular endurance work or hypertrophy work, which is muscle building work, the reps tend to be a lot higher. The rest times also tend to be quite short. And as such, your body will start to overheat. It starts to burn. Okay, when your body is overheating, it will tend to use carbs and fat as a fuel source. Okay, and sweating then can be a good indication of actually how hard you've trained.
Okay, kind of like what I'm doing with my training, right?
Correct. So with the kind of programs that I'm giving you, you will find that you will be sweating. You know, at a lot of them, at the end of the program, you find that your heart's jumping out of your chest.
Oh, yes, it is, especially squats and deadlifts.
Yeah, spot on. So the bigger movements, the more you start to generate sweat because more of your muscles are heating up.
And moving on to our next fitness myth, it's about stretching. In our younger days, we've been told to do static stretches before working out because it can prevent injury. So is that really true? Can stretching prevent injury? True or false, Ben?
Stretching before a workout can prevent injury, provided the stretch is not a static stretch. Stretching is a great way to increase your flexibility and range of motion. We all know that.
Yeah.
That's why people stretch. And a static stretch, what you're talking about is a stretch where you kind of hold for 15 seconds or more in a particular position. Okay. Such a stretch is actually best done post-workout rather than pre-workout. So it's best done after the workout rather than before the workout.
So before the workout, you would recommend doing more dynamic stretches, right?
More dynamic stretches. I'll explain why. So normally when you hold a static stretch, you draw blood away from the muscle. Okay, so you draw blood out of the muscle and it relaxes the muscle. Working out, on the other hand, actually pumps blood back into the muscle. So if you're stretching and then you're working out, or you're repeating this movement of stretching and working out, stretching and working out, you're pumping blood into the muscle, taking it out, pumping blood into the muscle, taking it out. And you can see how that can increase the tendency for injury.
Right.
Okay, so a dynamic stretch, for example, is a stretch where there is a movement incorporated to allow the stretching to happen. And so what happens is that actively pumps blood into the muscle, warms the muscle up for movement.
Okay.
Okay, so a dynamic stretch is fantastic before a workout, and a static stretch is best after a workout.
Brilliant. So we've covered 4 fitness myths for today, and in the next FitSpur podcast, I want to touch on something which is a topic by itself, which is the myth that weight training is going to make ladies bulky. There's a lot we can touch on, right, Ben?
Absolutely. Lots of juicy information. I think women need to understand the benefits of weight training and how they can actually help them to lean up and tone up. In fact, what is really helpful is the tour that I'll be conducting at the end of this year in October actually brings into a lot of these concepts of weight to help women stay lean and be lean. Proper training and proper nutrition in 4 days, and how that can actually help them to lean up substantially.
4 days, Ben? For real?
Yep.
Now this I gotta try and see for myself. I mean, fat loss in 4 days. If you want to join in and see whether it does work for you too, go and check out the details for the Fat Loss for Women Bootcamp on TrainASP's Facebook page and also on their website, which is what, Ben?
It's trainasp.com.au.
All the links are stated below. You can also follow Australian Strength Performance on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and if there are any other fitness topics or discussions you want us to touch on, please drop it in the comments. Till then, it's Lenora and Ben from Australian Strength Performance signing off.
See you guys.